was a long and bitter fight for freedom from British rule. India's fight against the might of the British Raj comprised fierce willpower, patriotism and devotion, extending to an array of literary wealth of the time. Thoughts penned by the country's freedom fighters to fuel the struggle gave it new dimensions and bounded. Much of this was banned by the British rulers out of the fear that it would spell their doom. All of this rose into the crescendo of 15th August 1947 to independence from the British yoke.
At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom.
And today, those articles of faith, the invaluable stepping stones of India's freedom struggle, rest in peace and glory. The haloed hallways of the National Archives of India are their resting place and the home of India's rich legacy.
The role of archives is that of the Janus. It looks back and forth.
It's like an ocean, you just have to have the time and patience, and I'm sure you'll get almost everything.
यह वास्तव में मक्का और मदीना है, यहाँ सारी ऑथेंटिक इन्फॉर्मेशन है, बस ज़रूरत है सच्चे मन से इसको देखने की.
Beyond those nationalistic books banned by the British rulers, there is a range of other treasures here, housed for posterity.
इसके पीछे भाई समझते थे कि इसमें ऐसी भावनाएं हैं, ऐसी बातें हैं जो लोगों का गुस्सा ब्रिटिश सरकार के खिलाफ भड़का सकते हैं, तो उन्होंने उन कविताओं को बैन कर दिया. कई बार ये भी होता था कि उनको ये लगता था इसमें क्या लिखा है, दे आर नॉट इन पोजीशन टू रीड द लिटरेचर. उनको लगता था कुछ ना कुछ इसमें हमारे खिलाफ लिखा होगा, सो दे बैन.
This is one of the earliest records of land acquisition in 1912. The color-coded map titled Delhi and Vicinity in multiple use displays the regions acquired under the Land Acquisition Act 1894 to plan India's new capital city, the cantonment, civil lines development and farm areas. Here is another treasure, Dr. Rajendra Prasad's 32-page bilingual passport. It bears the number 1863 and was issued to him on the 3rd of October 1947. Dr. Rajendra Prasad became India's first president on 26th of January 1950. In this passport, his nationality status reads Indian British subject by birth. The document has been issued by the Empire of India. Among the priceless documents are historic letters, correspondence and records associated with historic landmark events, the execution of revolutionary Mangal Pandey, the demise of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, death of Napoleon Bonaparte, and a note dated February 17, 1948, sent by the Government of Pakistan to the Government of India on the Division of Archives of United India. Then there is the facsimile of the Government of India's state emblem and seal with the motto in Devanagari, Satyamev Jayate, displayed on a news clipping of the Times of India. And on 1857 era map titled Plan of British Position of Delhi with sketches of Kashmiri Gate and Mutiny Memorial. A deeply fascinating document at the National Archives is the removal of Imperial Records Department from Calcutta to Delhi in 1926. The genesis of the institution and its journey from the imperial record keeper to the custodian of country's history is the highlight of the exhibition, which also celebrates the 125th foundation year.
If you have an analysis of this National Archives, you'll see we have different sections over here. Like we have cartography, we have Foreign Affairs Department, we have this Ministry of Home Department documents. And in addition to this, we have this library which houses a huge collection of books. So it's very pertinent on part of scholars to visit this place.
It's a treasure actually, it's a treasure house. A historian cannot do without visiting this place.
December 31st, 1926. That's the day when New Delhi, as we know the capital city, was named as such. Archival documents at the National Archives cite the original notification of King George V.
It is hereby notified for general information that His Majesty the King Emperor has signified his approval to the new capital being named New Delhi. This name will be brought into use forthwith.
On December 15, 1911, King George V and Queen Mary, the first monarchs to attend their coronation darbar in India, laid two plain foundations of the new city, bearing just the date December 15, 1911, engraved on it. It was only 15 years after his coronation as the King Emperor of India that King George V named the city New Delhi. New Delhi was designed by Sir Edward Lutyens and Sir Herbert Baker. It was officially inaugurated in February 1931 by the then Viceroy, Lord Irwin, amid pomp and fanfare. There are also rare and original records and archival images ranging from 14th century. Firoz Shah Tughlaq reign to transformative post-colonial India of 1950s are also on display. Also on the exhibit is the Farman issued by Emperor Akbar, which illustrates the grants endowed by him to a Mathura temple, an example of social coexistence and religious bonhomie. National Archives has a checkered history. Born on March 11 in 1891 in Calcutta, now called Kolkata, as the Imperial Record Department. It was later shifted to New Delhi post the shifting of the imperial capital to Delhi in 1911. The present building of National Archives of India was constructed in 1926 and the transfer of all records was completed in 1937. And here is the original letter sent by S.C. Sen requesting a change in the name of Imperial Record Department to National Archives of India, the name that it still carries today. The records holding in National Archives run into 45 km of shelf space area and are in a regular series from the year 1748 onwards, though there are stray records of the earlier period as well. These are in English, Arabic, Hindi, Persian, Sanskrit, Modi, Urdu, etc. Apart from records on paper, they also have records on palm leaf, birch bark, parchment, etc. The records are broadly in four categories: public records, oriental records, manuscripts, and private papers. These records throw light on the activities of the later Mughals, the East India Company and British rule, and the emergence and growth of the freedom struggle in India. They also shed valuable light on our social, political, economic and cultural life. The total holdings in the custody of National Archives of India comprise the following: 38,75,332 files, 64,2 221 volumes, 110,332 maps and cartographic items, 3,601 bills assented to by the President of India, 1,065 treaties, 2,442 rare manuscripts. The Oriental Division has a large collection of Oriental records comprising of rare manuscripts, single unit documents and rare books in Persian, Arabic, Urdu, English, Hindi, Rajasthani, Marathi, Turkish, Bangla and in many other languages and in various scripts. Some of the major collections are the Inayat Jung collection numbering 1,37,000 official Mughal documents. It consists of reports, day-to-day accounts and revenue figures which were sent regularly to the Diwan of Deccan by the individual Diwans of 6 provinces of the Deccan.
ये नाइजन कलेक्शन है और इस कलेक्शन के बारे में मालूम ऐसा हुआ है कि ये किसी दक्कन के किसी किले में जो अब मुग़लों के ऊपर जो है अंग्रेज़ों की फतह हुई, ये बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो हैं उन्होंने तबाह की, तो ये किसी ने छुपा कर रख दिए थे। कोई इल्मी दोस्त रहा होगा, उसने इसको छुपा कर रख दिया था और उसके बाद जब हालात साजगार हुए तो उसको बाहर निकाला और 2 जगहों पे इसका कलेक्शन का जो है हमको मालूम हुआ है हिस्सा। एक हमारे पास है और इसी का दूसरा हिस्सा तकरीबन जो है वो हैदराबाद में है। These are Persian documents we kept in docket cover and then in boxes, wooden boxes as covered with cloth. These documents covers the period from Shah Jahan up to the later Mughal period. This documents is of 14 Julus of Muhammad Shah's period. These documents are from revenue records of Mughals, mainly 7 subas of the south, Deccans. This is Shikasta language, which is very difficult to read to every person who is knowing Persian, maybe he professor or scholar. So we are here to help them.
This is a well-known book known as Mahabharata, and this book has been translated as Razmnama at the orders of Emperor Akbar, and it has 18 chapters.
This document is an order issued by Nur Jahan to the Hukam, Ammal, Mutasaddis of Sarkar, Chanderi, Subha Malwa. This is about the appointment of Jagjivan Das, son of Mathura Das, as Kanun Go, and all the officials are ordered to obey him in all the matters concerning him.
The other gems in this rare collection are Tarfasir Fatah al-Aziz, Jawahar al-Tafsir, Fatwa Alamgiri, Fatwa Ibrahim Shahi, Fatah al-Qadir, Fatahat al-Makkiyah, Tasawwur al-Shahi, Razm Nama, Bhagavad Gita, Zabur, Zakhirat al-Mulk, Dabistan-e-Mazahib, Shamail al-Nabi, Bahar-e-Azam. In addition, there is a rich collection of private papers too. The major collections include Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Dadabhai Nauroji, Field Marshal K.M. Kariappa, P.S. Sivaswamy Iyer, M.R. Jaikar, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Sardar Patel, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, A.K. Ramanujam and Purushottam Das Tandon. These papers offer insight into different phases of our freedom struggle, besides providing information on our customs, habits, rituals and social practices. They are also quite useful to scholars working on the political, social and economic scenario of the 17th and 18th centuries.
पेपर्स उतने ही वैल्यूएबल हैं सोर्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए जितने ही गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया रिकॉर्ड्स। इससे प्राइवेट पर्सनालिटी जो भी हमारे लीडिंग पर्सनालिटीज़ हैं, हिस्टोरिकल पर्सनस हैं, उन सब की व्यक्तिगत चीज़ें, लेटर्स, राइटिंग्स, whatever it is, available in the private archives.
The National Archives of India is a repository of all significant historical developments of the country from all fields, mainly political. The Museum of National Archives features displays of documents and articles which are a piece of history in themselves.
It was seen as a collective storehouse of knowledge of the government, working of the government. At the same time, it was conceived by the historians that the information which is generated at the state level is a potent historical source material.
The National Archives has also invented a process of using heat and pressure in repairing and rejuvenating documents with the help of cellulose acetate foil and tissue paper. This process is known the world over as the cold or hand lamination process. It has the unique quality of repairing very weak, badly damaged paper or documents.
डॉक्यूमेंट अगर कुछ ख़राब हो गया रिपेयर में या किसी को ओरिजिनल डॉक्यूमेंट देखना है तो उसको ओरिजिनल स्थिति में लाने के लिए ये पहला प्रिंसिपल है आर का इसका कि उनको जो भी प्रोसेस किया जाए लैमिनेशन या टिश्यू रिपेयर या सारे रिवर्सिबल प्रोसेस।
Another very significant achievement has been the fabrication of a portable fumigation vault for use in archives and libraries.
So this is our fumigation chamber in which we put the document. Three-fourths part of the document of the chamber is filled by the documents, and we pass carbon dioxide gas, and we also reduce atmospheric pressure.
The National Archives is also trying to ensure longevity to documents in its custody through an elaborate microfilming program. Currently, there are more than 7,000 microfilm rolls of records, including from different countries such as Canada, Germany, Malaysia, Myanmar, United Kingdom and United States. The reprography division, equipped with modern machines, not only attends to the needs of scholars apart from its normal functions, but is also engaged in gigantic task of preparing security microfilms of valuable records as a precautionary measures against the loss by fire, flood, war and sabotage.
The basic science is behind is photography. यहाँ हम बैठे हैं, ये माइक्रोफिल्मिंग यूनिट है, यहाँ हम माइक्रोफिल्मिंग कैमरे के द्वारा जो रिसर्च स्कॉलर यहाँ पढ़ने आते हैं, जब रिसर्च स्कॉलर पढ़ के जो भी वो हमें रिसर्च स्कॉलर में जो भी ऑर्डर देते हैं हम उनकी माइक्रोफिल्मिंग करते हैं।
The research room of the National Archives is a place where scholars from various parts of the country as well as abroad are provided all facilities to consult records relating to their field of research. Access to the records is governed by the Public Records Rules 1997.
यहाँ पे एक तो रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स हमारे इंडिया और एब्रॉड दोनों जगह से आते हैं और ज़्यादातर जो फॉरेन स्कॉलर्स आते हैं वो फ्रीडम फाइटर्स रिकॉर्ड देखना चाहते हैं और फॉरेन पॉलिसी पे ज़्यादातर फॉरेन स्कॉलर देखते हैं। इंडियन स्कॉलर्स भी नेशनल मूवमेंट के ऊपर और आजकल इकोनॉमी या सोशल स्ट्रक्चर के ऊपर भी काफ़ी रिसर्च कर रहे हैं।
लाइब्रेरी पार्ट ऑफ इट, which is perhaps one of the best I have seen anywhere in India. I have not been to National Library in Calcutta, but here in Delhi, elsewhere in Bombay, even the Royal Asiatic Society library and all that, it can compare favorably. In fact, it may be even better.
Torch-bearing institution should be done on all the platforms of media available today, like online media, broadcast media and print media. Now, online media amongst all of them has become the most powerful tool. Now, take for example British Archives. British Archives has made entire list of their documents accessible online to the general public.
The cartography of India begins with early charts for navigation and constructional plans for buildings. Indian traditions influenced Tibetan and Islamic traditions, and in turn were influenced by the British cartographers who solidified modern concepts into India's map making. This section consists of historical, forest and revenue maps of the Survey of India. It also consists of the printed and published maps and atlases of India and other parts of the world. The oldest map is 4 centuries old and depicts India and its neighboring countries.
That is the earliest map which we have that relates to Ceylon. And then we have a collection of around 1 lakhs which includes maps from most of the countries, and the earliest period I said it is of 7th century.
To enhance the outreach, the government has digitized over 11 lakh ancient documents and manuscripts available with the National Archives of India. Since digitization is the future of archives and the most favored process of preservation, as per Ministry of Culture's reply in Lok Sabha, the National Archives of India has completed digitization of 5,30,048 pages of public records and 2,82,750 pages of private collection. A project for digitizing another 11 lakh pages has been taken up recently. National Archives of India has also completed the digitization of 484 manuscripts consisting of 1,06,974 pages, 42 newspapers and printed books consisting of 10,346 pages and 1,87,878 documents consisting of 6,13,413 pages of its Oriental and Public Records collection.
डिजिटाइजेशन सर एक्चुअली जितना भी आर्काइव मटेरियल होता है उसको सबको स्कैन करके हम लोग उसका क्यूसी करके और उसे हम एक तरह से पीडीएफ फॉर्मेट करके उनके डीएमएस पे प्रोसेस पे डाल देते हैं, जो उनके जो पाठक होते हैं पढ़ने वाले उनको ईजिली वो बुक प्रोवाइड हो जाती है सिस्टम पे.
Efforts are on to broad-base the data and ensure the last mile connect. The idea is to provide access to scholars and researchers located in various parts of the country.
Preparation of reference media is online. We are directly putting all these reference media to the our AIMS package, and I think this was in the last month. We have already opened this Abhilekh Patal also.
The online portal called Abhilekh Patal is poised to provide the last mile connect. It seeks to put a catalogue of over 2 million records in the public domain and with over 2,000 digital images of records. To facilitate the smooth transition to digitalization, the government is revising the Public Records Act, which deals with preservation of public records of the centre and union territories. It is indeed true that archives are the silent sentinels of our glorious past. The potential contribution of the National Archives to national economic and social development is closely related to its role as the government's institutional memory. The information they contain is a priceless national treasure which can be used for the betterment of the people today and for many years to come.